Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Chinese farmer, and there's a story that I was fortunate enough to come across online actually, and it's about the Chinese farmer who goes through a series of events that happen to him and his family where bad things happen, and people say to him, gee, that's bad that it happened. He basically says, well, maybe. And then good things happen to him and his family, and they all say, well, that's great that things happen really well. And he says, well, maybe. But eventually, the moral of the story is that, there's no good or bad because we don't know the consequence of the good action or the bad action. So what I've been using is the story about the Chinese farmer with a lot of my players. And, whether you win a really long point, you've grinded it out and it's a 25, 30 ball rally, like happened to one of my players actually yesterday. They won this massive rally of 25 balls. But then for 3 balls after that, 3 points after that, they actually couldn't perform. So was it good that they won that 25 ball rally, or was it to their detriment that we lost the next 3? So when you're a player and you're out on the court, we actually never know the consequence of the good fortune or the bad fortune. So whether I win that point and it's good to be able to continue on with, or if I lose that point and it's not going to be a good consequence from that. So the whole idea around the Chinese farmer with all of my players is no matter what happens in every single point, it's just maybe. Whether I win it or whether I lose it, we just move on. It's about being present in what you're doing. Players really struggle to perform when they think in either the past or in the future. So in the past is, I can't believe I missed that last shot. How did I lose that point? Or I was 4-1 up and now it's 4-all, and what do I do now? Or whether it's, oh well, if I win this game, I win the set, and then if I win the set, then I go on and I'm going to hopefully win this match. I think it's really important that we teach our players to be present. And there's a lot of work that you need to be doing in training to be able to practice present thinking. And I think that we as coaches are really the ones that have to lead the way in teaching present thinking. So, I think the biggest thing that, I've always probably gotten wrong in the past, and now I'm getting it a little bit more balanced, is, I don't clap awesome shots anymore. I actually talk about the process of how the awesome shot ended up happening at the end. And the process for me is the most important part. So to teach present thinking, it's about teaching processes of thinking. So, for example, like every single point, no matter what happens the previous point, I always have a player to grab a towel, wipe themselves off, wipe away the previous point, win or lose, and start fresh for the next point. So the routine is all about, present thinking, because if you win the previous point or lose the previous point, it's just maybe, like the Chinese farmer says in his story. And I encourage you all to type it in and listen to the story, because it really resonates with tennis players that have to think more present than actually thinking about what's good or what's bad. We have to stick to our processes. And if you think about our processes, when you win a match, you're only winning approximately 53 or 54% at most of the points. So we're pretty much winning and losing every second point. So it's important to stay present with our thinking and not worry so much about the previous outcomes or the future outcomes. It's about teaching the players it's just maybe and staying present.